Helldiver Cadets, here are some tips and insights from an old veteran to help you on your path of spreading managed democracy throughout our galaxy, delivered to you at the speed of liberty. These bot pillboxes are a gift, allowing you to place a sentry with some extra elevation to pound freedom into the heads of our enemies. When throwing a support beacon, it'll sometimes bounce around on some rough surfaces and when the overhead area isn't clear except for in the case mentioned before. Stimming while diving is highly effective. Do it. On non-city maps and on higher difficulties, super samples can be found next to this rock that has many colorful names among the community. If you're on fire, literally dive. It'll extinguish the flames. Crouching will improve your ability to handle a weapon's recoil. Going prone does it even more. Also, while prone, you'll have a 90% resistance to explosion damage. When sending rounds of justice to our enemies, a ricochet icon means your weapon is doing no damage because its armor penetration value is too low. A white X means your weapon equals the armor of your foe, dealing only 65% damage. A red X means you have sufficient armor penetration and you're dealing full damage. You will lose one level of penetration if you are firing at your target at an extreme angle. Samples can only be found in objectives, points of interest, enemy spawn or outposts, and at extraction. Terminids taste like snow crab. Don't ask me how I know. Enemy spawns require weapons with something called demolition force in order to destroy. Some weapons have a value so high that you can destroy structures like a bot fabricator from the outside. When you reload, you are giving up any rounds that you left in the magazine. However, leaving a round in the chamber, a tactical reload, will significantly speed up your reload time. Follow me for some awesome Helldivers content because it's the democratic thing to do. Taking down a bot dropship more easily done by hitting one of its thrusters will either destroy its tyrannical cargo or stun them, making it a good idea to do when possible. Drop off samples or special packages at extraction before continuing to clear the map. This way people won't have to trek across the map to pick up stuff from the site of your heroic sacrifice. Illuminate tastes like calamari with too much oregano. You don't want to ask me how I know that. Beware of overfiring. Some enemies, such as a flesh mob, have long final animations which make it seem like they're still ticking when they're not. Stop firing when you no longer see the X symbol. On that note, don't bother sending more rounds into the headless Terminid or chargers that have their abdomens destroyed. They're going to go down soon. When deploying a sentry, throw it away from the center of combat. These beauties need space to do their work, and if you do it too close, they will be overwhelmed by bad guys. Illuminate bubble shields. Those around the warp ships and harvesters go down quick with ballistic weapons that have a high DPS like the Stalwart on Max. Use Hell Pods to destroy spawn points when you're out of options. Those extra pods that you get when your support weapons have finished their cooldowns are pretty potent. You don't need to engage every single patrol out there. I know you want to, but it's not always practical. XP is not based on enemies defeated. When running low on lives, pick your battles carefully and avoid unnecessary aggro. Putting enough space between you and your pursuing enemies will eventually despawn them. It's more rare to do this with bugs since they tend to be faster. Automatons taste like pennies dipped in jet fuel. Don't ask me how I know that one. Consider loadouts that counter every enemy type of the faction you're diving on. Technically, every single enemy can be defeated with medium armor pen except for the Warstrider. But still, not having some anti-tank isn't practical unless you're sticking with a squad member that has that covered. While battling the Illuminate, focus on those watchers at the exclusion of all. Invasions are staged from a planet in a linear fashion, so taking that point of origination ends all attached attacks. For example, liberating Terek liberates these other two planets. That's it for now, cadets. Listen, I have a lot more tips, insights, loadouts, all kinds of great stuff, so please engage with this, share it, repost it, anything that you can do to help spread the message of managed democracy. Happy diving, y'all.